Hey guys, what's up? Z-Gross here with a random app review of the RealFlight RC simulator for mobile devices. So this is a very good simulator for those of you who like flying RC vehicles, and there's all kinds of planes and quadcopters you can fly, except there are only two that are free, so those are the planes that I'm going to be reviewing today. So there's the Stearman biplane and the Next Star. But before we go into the planes, let's go into the places that you can fly. So first there's a Green Hills RC field, which is the only free one, but then there are extra ones, for example the football field, the Desert Air Race, and Flight School. So I'm only going to be flying the Green Hills RC field for today. But anyway, let's start with the Next Star. Oh, whoops, sorry. Let's start with the Next Star. So I just click fly, and here we are on the landing strip. But before I do that, let me show you some of the settings. First of all, there's volume control. Also for the camera, you can keep the ground in view, so for a more realistic experience, or click auto zoom if you want to focus on the plane so you can fly a little bit easier. You can change the sensitivity of the controller to change how much the plane moves compared to how much you move the controls on the lower part of the app. Then there's also controller modes. So I'm going to be doing mode 2 because that's how most remote controls for RC planes and quadcopters are made, where the left stick controls throttle and rudder and the right stick controls elevator and aileron. By the way, the elevator controls the plane to go up and down, and the aileron makes it not turn, but roll. And the throttle is how fast it goes, and the rudder is turning it left and right. Also, you have the controller type, which is the gamepad or the interlink. So the gamepad is what you have on the bottom of the screen, and the interlink is the secondary controller that you can buy that will actually merge with an iOS or Android device. So also there's physics, which are beginner, which has a slower simulation speed, no stall severity, and a lot of autopilot assist. Intermediate, which is more simulation speed, a bit of stall severity, and less autopilot assist. And realistic, which is full simulation speed, full stall severity, and no autopilot assist. You can also change this however you want to do a custom one. So I'm just going to be flying realistic, because that's how I personally like to fly. When I was a beginner, I did beginner, and when I was intermediate, I did intermediate, but now that I'm actually pretty good at this, I'm going to be doing realistic. So anyway, you just ease up the throttle, and off it goes. So I'm just going to be doing a little bit of flying, because this is supposed to be a pretty short video. So I'm just going to fly around a little bit. Oh, and as you can see, there are actually pretty good crash physics. And things fall apart when you crash, which is something I was going to address later, except now that it happened, I can address it now. So anyway, you can also fly upside down. That was a little bit harder on some planes, for example, the Stearman biplane. And yeah, so this is one of the best planes, one that I recommend, because it's easy to fly, it's fast and agile. So you can also do rolls, except they're pretty slow on this, though you can turn up the sensitivity and make them a little bit more fast. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. So now, and also this button here is for redoing it. So for example, if you crash, you can just redo it. So anyway, now I'm going to go to the menu so I can fly the next plane. So here's the Stearman biplane, and this one is more of a model, so it's a little bit more clunky and harder to fly. So as you can see, it takes a lot longer for it to lift off, but when it does, it's a pretty cool plane. The rolls are pretty fast on this one, and yeah, it's just a little bit harder to fly, and flying upside down is pretty hard because it does tend to start going down quite a bit. But yeah, whoa, yep. So when you don't crash too hard, it'll actually not break your plane, and you can take off again. But now I'll show you the crash physics on this one. So this one's pretty, when you do a hard crash, parts will go everywhere. So this one's pretty cool actually just to crash. As you can see, the whole thing just got destroyed. I'm just gonna fly. Oh, by the way, one thing that I wanted to show you guys is that the flaps on these actually work. So as you can see the elevator going up and down, you can see the ailerons turning, and you can even see the rudder moving. But anyway, that pretty much concludes this random app review. So this is for all you RC fanatics out there, and this is what random app reviews are for. It's showing you apps that some of you might like, some of you might not like. Yeah, and if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. But if you do like it, it's a cool way to show you guys some really cool apps that you might really enjoy. And so anyway, by the way, this is a free app, and there are some in-app purchases. So as you can see, all these extra planes and one quadcopter are an in-app purchase. And all the three others areas to fly in are in-app purchases. But if you want everything, there's a much cheaper way to get it, which is just buying the bundle, which has everything, and it's only $15. So it's a lot cheaper than buying them individually. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. So this is the RealFlight RC simulator for iOS and Android, and it's just an alternative to doing it on your computer. I personally think that's better graphics, and it's free. Please subscribe, comment down below, and leave a like. See you guys in the next video. Bye.